Have you ever noticed how something as small as fatigue or swelling in the ankles can quietly creep into your life, yet feel impossible to shake? Many people over 50 assume it's just part of aging, but the truth is often more surprising. Hidden deep inside your body, your kidneys, two small bean-shaped organs, are working tirelessly every single minute. They filter your blood, balance your fluids, and even control blood pressure. But when they're strained by dehydration, poor diet, or medical conditions, the consequences can slowly steal away your independence and health. Tonight, I want to share a comforting truth. While we can't turn back time, we can support these remarkable organs in simple, natural ways. And one of the most powerful secrets lies in what you drink before bed. I'm Dr. Brian, and welcome to Channel Vital Science for Seniors. Let's explore bedtime drinks that may help repair your kidneys. When I think of cranberry juice, I'm reminded of one of my longtime patients, Evelyn, who came to me in her 70s. She had struggled with recurring urinary tract infections, the kind that can climb up toward the kidneys and cause real harm if left unchecked. Every infection left her feeling weaker, more anxious, and less confident in her own body. We made one simple change together, adding a modest glass of diluted cranberry juice to her routine. Within months, those infections that had haunted her began to fade into the background. The power lies in compounds inside cranberries called proanthocyanidins. Think of them as tiny shields that prevent harmful bacteria, especially E. coli, from sticking to the bladder walls. Without a place to hold on, those bacteria simply wash away. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition confirmed this protective effect, especially in women with recurrent UTIs. For someone worried about kidney infections, that protection is priceless. But cranberry juice is potent, and too much can irritate the stomach or interact with blood thinners like warfarin. A safe amount is usually one small cup, about 240 milliliters, diluted with water. In moderation, it's not just a drink, it's a gentle act of defense for your kidneys. One evening in my clinic, a gentleman named Harold told me about the sharp, unrelenting pain he once felt in his side. It turned out to be a kidney stone, a tiny but excruciating crystal that can feel as if your body has turned against you. Determined never to relive that agony, he asked what small changes could make a difference. That's when I introduced him to lemon water, a simple, refreshing ally. Lemons contain citric acid, which acts like a peacekeeper in the urinary system. Imagine minerals in your urine as puzzle pieces that sometimes snap together to form stones. Citric acid works like a patient hand, gently separating those pieces before they can lock into place. In fact, a study in the Journal of Urology showed that drinking lemon-based beverages raised citrate levels in the urine, lowering the risk of calcium stone formation. But lemon water isn't just about stones, it's also about hydration. Our kidneys thrive when fluids keep waste products moving steadily out of the body. One glass, around 240 milliliters of water with a squeeze of fresh lemon, is usually enough. It's a safe, gentle ritual, one that turns a plain glass of water into a shield against some of life's most painful surprises. There's something calming about ending the day with a warm cup of tea, and for many of my older patients, that ritual becomes more than comfort. It becomes healing. Unlike black or green teas, most herbal teas are naturally caffeine-free, which means they won't interfere with sleep or dehydrate the body. Instead, they offer gentle hydration, a gift your kidneys quietly depend on. Take dandelion tea, for example. Its leaves act as a mild diuretic, nudging your body to flush out excess fluid and waste. One of my patients, Marjorie, swore by her evening cup. She told me it felt like spring cleaning for her body, leaving her lighter and less puffy in the mornings. Another favorite, hibiscus tea, has been studied for its ability to lower blood pressure, a critical factor in protecting kidneys from long-term damage. A meta-analysis in the Journal of Hypertension found that hibiscus tea led to a measurable drop in both systolic and diastolic pressure. When your blood flows more easily, your kidneys no longer bear the brunt of high pressure pounding against delicate filters. A simple cup of herbal tea, steeped for 10 minutes, becomes more than a drink. It's an act of kindness to the organs that work hardest in silence. A few winters ago, I met a woman named Lila who struggled with chronic kidney disease. What struck me most wasn't her lab numbers. It was the fatigue and stiffness that seemed to weigh her down. Together, we looked for small, comforting ways to ease inflammation, and she discovered turmeric milk, often called golden milk. It quickly became her nightly ritual. Turmeric contains curcumin, a powerful compound with antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. If you picture inflammation as a slow-burning fire inside the kidneys, curcumin acts like a gentle rain, cooling the flames before they cause deeper damage. In one study published in the Journal of Renal Nutrition, curcumin supplementation reduced markers of inflammation and oxidative stress in people with chronic kidney disease. That's an encouraging finding, especially for older adults trying to protect their kidneys from further harm. To make turmeric milk, a half to 1 teaspoon of turmeric is stirred into a warm cup of milk. Dairy or plant-based, often with a pinch of black pepper. The pepper is more than seasoning. It boosts curcumin absorption up to 2,000%. Sipped before bed, it feels soothing, almost like a lullaby for the body, reminding the kidneys that they too deserve rest and repair. Not long ago, a patient of mine named George confessed he hadn't slept through the night in years. Between aching joints and the worry of his declining kidney numbers, rest felt impossible. I suggested a bedtime experiment, a small glass of tart cherry juice. Within weeks, he returned smiling, saying not only was he sleeping better, but he also felt less stiff in the mornings. Tart cherries are rich in anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that neutralize harmful free radicals. If oxidative stress is like rust slowly corroding metal, anthocyanins are the protective coating that keeps the structure strong. Studies published in the journal Nutrients highlight how tart cherries reduce inflammation and oxidative stress, two culprits that quietly chip away at kidney health over time. And because the body does its deepest repair work during sleep, drinking tart cherry juice before bed seems almost poetic. You're giving your body the tools to heal as it rests. The typical amount is 8 to 12 ounces daily, though some people find even half that to be helpful. It's important to remember that tart cherry juice is acidic and naturally sweet, so moderation matters, especially if blood sugar is a concern. Still, for many, it's a comforting, restorative nightcap. When Margaret, a spirited 68-year-old, came to me complaining of frequent bloating and the occasional burning pain of kidney stones, she was desperate for relief. Together, we tried a gentle approach, diluting a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in a tall glass of water each evening. Over time, she noticed fewer digestive troubles, and her urine tests showed encouraging signs of balance. Apple cider vinegar contains acetic acid, which has antibacterial properties. Think of it as a quiet janitor, scrubbing away bacteria that might otherwise climb up into the urinary tract and threaten the kidneys. Some studies, including one published in the Journal of Clinical and Diagnostic Research, suggest acetic acid may even help dissolve certain kidney stones, reducing their size and making them easier to pass. Beyond that, apple cider vinegar has shown promise in moderating blood sugar and blood pressure, two major villains in kidney disease progression. But it's important to respect its strength. Undiluted, it can burn the throat or erode tooth enamel, and too much may lower potassium levels. 1 to 2 tablespoons mixed into water, taken before bed, is generally safe for most. In that form, it becomes not just a tangy tonic, but a nightly protector of the body's filters. On a hot summer afternoon, my patient James once told me he could barely keep up with the constant fatigue and swelling in his legs. His kidneys were under strain, and hydration had always been a challenge for him. Plain water felt like a chore. When I suggested watermelon juice, his face lit up. That, he said, I could enjoy every day. Watermelon is over 90% water, making it nature's sweetest hydrator. For kidneys, hydration is like oil in an engine. It keeps everything moving smoothly, flushing out waste and preventing the buildup of harmful substances. Beyond water content, watermelon holds antioxidants like lycopene and vitamin C. Lycopene in particular has been studied for its protective effects against oxidative stress, which can gradually damage kidney tissue. A paper in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry described how lycopene helped reduce oxidative injury in kidney cells. 1 to 2 cups of fresh watermelon juice in the evening offers hydration without excess calories, making it especially kind for older adults mindful of weight or blood sugar. It acts as a natural diuretic too, gently increasing urine flow, which supports detox overnight. For many, it turns an ordinary drink into a refreshing ally for kidney health. I remember a patient named Ruth who loved gardening. She grew bright red beets in her backyard but had never thought of them as medicine until we discussed her kidney health. When her energy dipped and her labs hinted at rising creatinine levels, I encouraged her to juice a few of her beets and sip them in the evenings. Within months, she told me she felt cleansed, as though her body had been given a lighter load to carry. Beets are packed with antioxidants and a nutrient called betaine. Imagine free radicals as tiny sparks flying around inside your body, slowly damaging tissues over time. Antioxidants in beets act like fire blankets, smothering those sparks before they set anything ablaze. In a study reported in the Journal of Clinical and Experimental Nephrology, beet compounds were found to enhance the body's natural detox pathways, reducing strain on the kidneys. Drinking about 1 cup of beet juice before bed allows these protective compounds to circulate during the body's nightly repair cycle. But it's not without quirks. Your urine may turn pink, a harmless surprise, though those prone to kidney stones should use caution, as beets are high in oxalates. Still, in moderation, beet juice offers powerful support for weary kidneys. I'll never forget meeting Anita, a 72-year-old who admitted she often woke up parched in the middle of the night. Her kidneys were struggling, and dehydration only made things worse. Instead of urging her to force down more plain water, I suggested something gentler and tastier: coconut water. Within weeks, she told me her mornings felt different: fewer cramps, clearer energy, and a renewed sense of ease. Coconut water is nature's electrolyte drink. It contains potassium, magnesium, and calcium, minerals that help maintain fluid balance and keep blood pressure steady. For kidneys, this balance is vital, like keeping the strings of a violin tuned just right. If the pressure inside the body runs too high, those delicate kidney filters begin to wear down. Research published in the West Indian Medical Journal even showed that coconut water could help dissolve kidney stones and reduce their size, making them easier to pass. A cup or two in the evening can provide hydration without heaviness, supporting the kidneys as they work overnight. But moderation is important. Coconut water is rich in potassium, and those on low-potassium diets must be cautious. Still, for many older adults, it offers a refreshing, natural way to quench thirst and protect kidney function. When I think of ginger tea, I picture Samuel, a retired teacher who came to me worried about both his blood sugar and his kidneys. He had been living with type 2 diabetes for years, and his creatinine levels were beginning to creep higher. We added a nightly cup of ginger tea to his routine, and over time he noticed not only improved digestion, but also steadier energy and less swelling in his ankles. Ginger contains compounds like gingerol and shogal, which work like gentle guardians against inflammation and oxidative stress. If inflammation is a storm beating down on the kidneys, ginger acts as a shelter, softening the blow. A study in the International Journal of Preventive Medicine found that ginger supplementation significantly reduced markers of inflammation and oxidative stress, two factors that accelerate kidney damage in conditions like diabetes and high blood pressure. Brewing fresh ginger slices or a teaspoon of powdered ginger in hot water creates a soothing tea that feels as medicinal as it does comforting. 1 to 2 cups a day is usually safe. Excess, however, can irritate the stomach or thin the blood, so moderation is key. For many, ginger tea becomes more than a drink. It's a nightly safeguard for fragile kidneys. One of my patients, Dolores, used to joke that she never liked carrots until she realized they might help her kidneys. In her late 60s, her labs showed rising creatinine, and she was worried about losing her independence. Together, we looked for simple, nourishing choices, and carrot juice became her favorite. She loved the bright color, the gentle sweetness, and the sense that she was actively protecting her health with every sip. Carrots are rich in beta-carotene, a powerful antioxidant that the body converts into vitamin A. Picture oxidative stress as rust slowly eating away at a metal gate. Beta-carotene is like a coat of protective paint, shielding the kidneys from that slow erosion. Carrot juice also contains vitamin C, vitamin K, and potassium, nutrients that help regulate fluids, flush out excess sodium, and reduce strain on kidney tissues. Research published in the Journal of Renal Nutrition highlights how antioxidant-rich foods can improve kidney function and may slow the progression of chronic kidney disease. A cup of fresh carrot juice at bedtime can be a safe, nourishing ritual. Still, overconsumption should be avoided. Too much can raise potassium or blood sugar. In balance, though, it offers both hope and healing in a single glass. As we've seen, something as simple as what you sip before bed can become a quiet act of healing for your kidneys. From cranberry's protective shield to the soothing comfort of ginger tea, each of these drinks offers a small but meaningful way to protect kidney function, lower high creatinine, and support your overall health. But remember, these are not replacements for medical care. Always speak with your doctor before making changes, especially if you follow a diet for kidney disease or need low-potassium foods. I'm Dr. Brian, and on Vital Science for Seniors, I believe health is always within reach.